be great for metagaming too, because if you like looked at one person, you were like, you know that so and so stole your sword. You didn't say that to anybody else, because I know originally people at the table are gonna be like, oh, so and so stole the sword, let's go get it back, and then they're gonna beat the crap out of this guy who's like, he doesn't have the sword. I don't know what you're talking about, you know? And then the party's going to start to go, wait. So then every now and then you're going to look at someone, you're going to tell them something, and everybody else is going to go,
yeah.
He did the thing again! Did he actually, though? Yeah. Yeah.
So I would, wherever they set up camp at, I just move some trees. This isn't where we started. I mean, you could even move the land under them. They wouldn't even know. Why are we 6 miles north? What? What do you mean? You got the cartographer, maybe he is an astronomer or something too, and he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why are we, what?
You just see him every 3 days until the party catches on. No, none of this is right. Just erases everything. He's like starts redrawing things, or like rips the paper in half, grabs a new paper, and starts. Well, I gotta start over. This ain't making. Yeah. Until the party's like, all right, hold on. What the flip is going on?
Every new moon, the island shifts.
Oh, it just resets. Like Maze Runner.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Welcome to the Hall of the Guildmasters Campaign Ideas series. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, the way it works is we have a list of 5 ideas that we are going to build an entire session around, figure out where the party is going to start, and how we're going to end the session. I have a list of 5 ideas wrote up here, 4 serious ideas, and the 5th one, as always, is our wild card idea. So, are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Alright, the first idea for this session design. The setting is a wild island. Interpret that how you will. It is a wild island. Number 2. The party was hired to help a cartographer map the island. I'm thinking this island is beaches, jungles, mountains, ravines, all inclusive. It's a large island. Number 3. Nobody has ever been able to last more than a week on this island, or so you've been told.
Okay.
Number 4. Your party is part of a 30-person crew that was meant to set up a fort for a future settlement. So you are meant to set up a base of operations and kind of the starting and maybe a village or something with this group. However, the wild card is going to throw everything off. Everyone, not just the party, but the crew. Everyone woke up on the shore with all of the supplies washed up around you, with no recollection of what happened to your ship. Now, I'm assuming you were sent by some king or some noble or something to map this island, so you're going to get paid when the map's done. And you're also there to set up a settlement for future, but the ship is gone. So, yes, you have your work to do, but that is going to be an issue that will have to be dealt with at some point. So before we begin, I do want to mention my initial thoughts behind this was like the party not just being able to help this guy, protect this guy, like help him map out the different areas of the island, but also the fact that after you guys set up a base of operations, the party could actually help gather supplies and start building more. And so you can kind of not just explore the island, but also be able to build up your base too as the sessions go on. So, initial thoughts.
That's, I could play off that.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I'm thinking sentient jungle
Okay.
that actively attacks and traps people who try to walk into it.
Is it sentient because it's got its own mind, kind of like a Halo Flood thing, or sentient like there's druids controlling the jungle, and because they're in tune with the jungle, they know, oh, there's things going on here, I can spy on these people, maybe I'll have the trees do stuff.
Because the druids could be covering up something else going on the island.
I like the without the druids. So maybe there's like a certain vine or something that is just everywhere. So it feels vibrations, kind of like a spider web.
Yeah.
So maybe there's like a heart to this jungle that it's growing and it's unleashing itself.
Okay.
So it's almost all over the island is how I would feel. And I would definitely, maybe there's smaller hearts, like you find a big old like corpse
Okay.
flower or something.
Okay.
But not corpse flower, but those things are massive, you know what I mean? So like maybe you find smaller hearts is what I would call them.
So you could keep it from a certain area.
Yeah, so maybe you would have to fend it off constantly or build something that would keep the vines from growing in certain areas.
Okay.
Kind of like an electric fence maybe?
Yeah, I like that idea. One of the thoughts I had too was maybe within this jungle, you know, you could have, maybe there was an ancient civilization that lived there, maybe there are some sort of indigenous people that are currently living there, maybe there are some type of,
Oh,
you know,
yeah, definitely.
settlements or something.
I feel like they eat something specific to make them like permeate a scent that the jungle would not recognize as
Bad.
yeah.
I like that.
So that they constantly, maybe it's some type of flower that, like if you roll a perception check, well there's a patch of flowers that the
6.
okay, so you would know instantly this patch of flowers makes the vines go around it, and it's in a certain aura.
Okay.
Do you grow the flowers everywhere, or do you start eating them and making tea and stuff out of them?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, it would be something obvious like that.
Yeah.
I would go with more of the ancient ruin. The druids are there. They're trying to discover, like, maybe there's a object of great power hidden on this island that they're trying to find. Or maybe just, like, there's a source of power or magical essence or something that they're trying to protect and use.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Maybe the king has magicians or people who can sense that there's some dark power emanating from this island. So he's like, go check that out, find out what's
Right.
going on.
Right. I like the idea of just in general, like, I'm just thinking like colonial times, you know, how Britain was. They were like, we just want land, you know?
Oh,
And
yeah.
so it was like, this is like the next step, but nobody's been able to take this. How mighty will our kingdom look if we can take this island? And then when you get to the island, you could make it a massive island, and then like the campaign is you mapping the island, so you clearing each area of the island, and so you could really kind of make the terrain unique for each area that you have been clearing. So like one could be the jungle, or one could be like mountainous or caves, underground ravine. One could be an area where it's like within, you know, this dense forest. There's like this group of people that are like barbaric, or they're like they don't speak English, or they don't speak like common. They have their own, and they're trying to kill you because you're, you know. And so I like the idea of the fact that you're slowly kind of almost like a red faction guerrilla. You're trying to clear each area, but like you've got like the settlement that you're also trying to build up. But like I like the idea of the fact that you have no idea what happened to the boat. There's like just a overall amnesia. So that's a problem at some point you're gonna have to solve, is the fact that we're gonna need to build a ship. And on top of that, we need to get the settlement set up, and maybe there's only 30 people left, or maybe it's like, how do we allocate the people we have? Because if they die, we don't have anybody else.
Yeah.
And so it's more of like, it'll be fun to start the session, because it's like the resources we have, like people-wise, is what we have, and we have to be careful with the food we have, and we got to figure out like everything, you know, because we're gonna be here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could definitely set up really good encounters if you have a little bit of every terrain.
Yeah.
I would definitely maybe set up a cliffside or something near the beach, so they would have some kind of cover just in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, because you don't want to TPK right up.
Yeah, right in the first 2 sessions. Yeah, no.
But you could definitely do a lot of cool stuff, especially if you had a druid
Yeah.
and he understood his powers properly, or he or she, I should say.
Yeah.
And it would help a lot if they wanted to share some knowledge.
Yeah. It would be cool too, is like if as the party went on, like if someone wanted to create a new character, they could grab one of the other people that were with them on the island, and then it's like, oh, this is this character now. So like your other character's still kind of around, you know, and and then the DM could make the session as long as they want, like in the sense that like if they're like, I only want to make 4 areas, or I want to make 8 areas, and just do like
Yeah.
12 sessions or something, and then be done. Or if I want to make like 300 areas, or maybe there's like another island, or I don't know. You know, you can really make it as big or as small as you want, because you're figuring it out as the DM's figuring out, but you don't know that. You know.
Yeah. As always.
Yeah, as always, yeah. Or maybe they thought there was only one island and there's actually 2. Or maybe, like, within the island you find some ancient magic that raises, like, the land around. Or maybe there's a giant land bridge to somewhere, or an underground or an underwater city or something. I don't know. You could really have a lot of fun with how you...
Heck yeah.
Because it's unexplored land. You don't know.
Atlantis.
Yeah. And you are the crew. Like, there's no one else. You have to figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
So...
So I would definitely do a really good hook,
Yeah.
because you could play off of anything,
Mm.
enemy-wise and or land-wise, I
Yeah.
guess.
I think I would start it out too as like maybe there's like a certain objective, or like you want to map the beach, or there's a certain area you want to map, and then, or maybe the cartographer dies and it's like, all right, we gotta take this back because that's all we got. Put a boat together, and then you go back to the king, and then like get ready, and then like get ready for another group to go with. And you have like a new objective, or you do the next part, but like now you've got more supplies, you've got more people for the forts, you're setting up another fort. I don't know, you know, you could have, it's like slowly taking over like a man versus nature type campaign. So.
I think if the boat is going there and there's at least 30, you can bet that at least half the crew has been to this island once.
Okay.
The captain, I guarantee he's been here multiple times. There's no way a captain would,
Right.
in real life, there's no way a captain would go to an island and be like, hey, we know this is a new island, let's go.
Maybe nobody's been there yet, but the captain was there because he used to be the first mate of a different captain who was like, we're going to go here, and he's the only one qualified because he's the only one that's been there. But like they were only there for a week, and then he was the only one that escaped from his entire crew because
He's got real knowledge.
yeah.
He's just sitting back on the beach,
The friggin' jungle, man.
watches the party go in and be like, I wouldn't do that.
Dude, yeah, as he's going, he might start getting PTSD. He might start finding, as you guys are there, he might be like, at the beginning, like, yeah, I'll go with you, let's find stuff. And then, like, maybe they find remnants of his old crew and he freaking loses it.
He sees the name of the old boat or something.
Oh, man. Or, like, finds the body of the old captain, or he's, like,
Every
still
time
in
they
the
come here,
uniform.
the shipwrecks.
Yeah. Maybe the jungle, like, preserved or entombed or, like, embalmed.
Like
The
a
old-
massive time bubble.
Yeah. Could be, yeah. Oh, man.
Here's an idea for a plot hook. What if one of the other members starts remembering whatever happened cause when the ship wrecked, and then is like, we have to go into the jungle right now, and just takes off into the jungle, and the rest of the party's like, do we go after them, or
Yes. I would definitely have people start thinking of things, but like,
what? Just like little fragments.
but like, it's like the jungle's just inserting things into their head that really just like that aren't real,
Yeah.
and people are just starting. It can start with small stuff like, you still owe me that 10 gold. No, I don't. Screw off, you know. But you could also do it with the party too, in a way where it's like, you know, you found blah blah blah, and then they take it back to the party, and they're like, oh, blah blah blah, and it's like, well, you could even be like the parties. You could be like maybe between sessions where the one person's like, I'm gonna use that one new sword. What new sword? You know, like, what do you mean, what new sword? Or it's like, yeah, so and so stole that sword from you. What do you mean he stole that sword? And it's like, yeah, he never had it in the first place. I don't know, like, you could really, but like, he believes that he stole the sword. He tells his party that, and so that would be great for metagaming too, because if you like looked at one person, you were like, you know that so and so stole your sword. You didn't say that to anybody else, because I know originally people at the table are gonna be like, oh, so and so stole the sword, let's go get it back, and then they're gonna beat the crap out of this guy who's like, he doesn't have the sword, I don't know what you're talking about, you know? And then the party's gonna start to go, wait, so then every now and then you're gonna look at someone, you're gonna tell them something, and everybody else is gonna go,
Yeah.
he did the thing again! Did he actually though? Yeah. Yeah.
So I would, wherever they set up camp at, I just move some trees. this isn't where we started. I mean, you could even move the land under them. They wouldn't even know. Why are we 6 miles north? What? What do you mean? You got the cartographer. Maybe he is an astronomer or something too, and he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why are we? What?
You just see him every 3 days until the party catches on. No, none of this is right. Just erases everything. He's like starts redrawing things, or like rips the paper in half, grabs a new paper, and starts. Well, I gotta start over. This ain't making.
Yeah.
Until the party's like, all right, hold on. What the flip is going on?
Every new moon, the island shifts.
Oh,
man.
it just resets.
Ah.
Like Maze Runner.
Yep.
Yes. I like that idea a lot. That's great.
There's no mountains anymore. What?
What do you mean there's no mountains? There's a giant valley in the middle. There's 2 islands now. What? Or like, I would make it less obvious. I would be like, you wake up and it's like, you're, like, there's just like another mile of beach. Where, like, it's like you were at the edge of the island and now there's another mile of beach before the edge of the island. And you're like, what?
I just had the greatest idea. We're already putting it on this, so it don't matter. Just take one little thing from one of your party members and be like, wow, this stretches on for miles. And then the next day they wake up, there's an extra 50 miles of woods or something. Oh my gosh, that cliff is so high. We'll make it 3 miles high now. So, like,
It's responding to them.
the land just responds like, wow, this is so cool. Everything's edible. This tastes really good. And then the land just gives you fruits and vegetables.
Oh, man.
Like, so it would feel like if people started fighting, maybe the plants and stuff would just start killing people.
Oh, I like that. Dude, yeah, they could freaking, as you're going through the jungle cutting things, I'd have one of the NPCs be like, man, this effing sucks. You know, next day.
So roll perception while he's hanging now, so. And that's why there's a hidden civilization, is they're super nice to the island. They know what it's about.
Yeah.
And they respect it.
Yeah, and they don't want anyone to screw it up because they know exactly how to live in harmony with it. And these freaking, oh, man.
That would be so fun.
I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Hey, if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, let us know down in the comments below.
You can't do it.
You were supposed to say something.
Not even.
Like, it was like 5 seconds. It was like.
I'm just.
Seriously though, we do want to hear from you. Please let us know if you use any of what you saw in this video.
Yeah, if you have anything you want to discuss, just let us know and we'll try to fit a video in, or anything you want to put in the comments. We do read it daily, so.
Yeah, we also upload regularly, so don't forget to tune in and check out, see if there's anything you guys have missed.
Yeah, so, check in with us every week. Until next time, we are the Guildmasters.
See ya.